Welcome, dear friend, to this quiet glade we have prepared for you, and thank you with a warmth that we hope gently touches your spirit for choosing to spend these restful moments with us. It has been our deepest pleasure to weave for you a gentle story, the Orchard of Ripening Slumber, crafted not for hurried adventure, but to serve as a soft, comforting hand guiding you toward a peaceful night's slumber, helping you to drift off with ease. If, as you journey with us through these tranquil groves, you find a gentle joy in this quiet tale, please do right now lend your support by liking this story, subscribing to our channel, and perhaps sharing a gentle comment, for your simple gesture helps us continue to share these moments of profound tranquility. Before we step through the whispering gate into that fabled orchard, where the scent of night-blooming jasmine mingles with the subtle hum of ripening slumber fruit, we shall first share a moment of gentle breathing to settle your spirit. Now, let us invite true comfort to our being. Settle yourself, much like a tired butterfly finding its perfect resting place on a soft, cool leaf. Feel your body sink gently into your mattress, or perhaps into the soft cushions of your chair, allowing every part of you to feel utterly supported and at ease. Adjust your blankets, pull them close as if they were a soft, warm hug, and let your pillow cradle your head, making a cozy nook just for you. This is your special time, a gentle evening pilgrimage where all the busy thoughts of the day may simply unfurl and drift away, inviting a quiet calm into your heart, as soft and pervasive as the ancient stillness found within the orchard itself. Let us share a soothing breath together, much like the slow, contented exhalation of the vast green groves. Slowly, gently, draw the air in through your nose, imagining it flowing easily and naturally, like a soft, silvery light filling every corner of your being. Then release it just as gently through your mouth, a soft, almost imperceptible sigh of pure relief. With each slow, deliberate breath, feel your body softening, much like the gentle ripening of a slumber fruit, releasing any small knots of tension you might be holding. Imagine the sweet, delicate fragrance of unseen blossoms, the cool, earthy scent of damp moss, and the subtle perfume of drifting pollen light, filling your senses, hushing the small, lingering noises you might have carried from your day. If, perchance, your thoughts begin to flutter like tiny luminous motes in the soft, diffused light, that is quite all right, dear one. Simply observe them, allowing them to drift by like wisps of mist in a shallow dale, and then, with the gentlest kindness, guide your attention back to the steady rhythm of your breathing, or to the quiet comfort of my voice. There is nothing left for you to do now, save for listening and allowing the story to carry you into the deep, dreamless rest you so richly deserve. Feel the gentle hum of the orchard's energy, a vibration that resonates with the very song of patience, gently coaxing your own body into a profound state of relaxation. Let any remaining worries simply soften and dissolve, like dew in a gentle morning sun. Now, let us begin our quiet journey into the heart of the Orchard of Ripening Slumber, where the soft hum of tranquil fruit and the scent of quiet blossoms a way to guide you into a serene and deeply restful sleep. Chapter 1. The Whispering Gate. Lyndon had walked many quiet paths, his journey more a gentle meander than a determined quest, but a subtle weariness clung to him, a quiet hum of restlessness in his bones. It was not the ache of tired muscles, but a deeper, more persistent hum of a spirit that longed for absolute stillness. One languid afternoon, as the sun began to dip, casting long, soft shadows, he found himself before a low arching gate, its ancient wood so gnarled and overgrown with a cascade of soft, luminous vines that it seemed more a part of the landscape than a man-made entrance. The vines themselves pulsed with a faint internal glow, a gentle light that suggested a deeper magic lay beyond. The air on this side of the gate was already different, a perceptible shift in temperature and density. It shimmered with a gentle golden haze, as though the very light had mellowed here, softened by an unseen hand. From beyond the archway drifted a scent unlike any Lyndon had known, faintly sweet, like blossoms that only opened under a moon, mingled with a richer, earthier perfume that spoke of ancient soil and deep, untroubled roots. It was a fragrance that promised peace, an invitation whispered on the languid breeze that stirred the glowing vines. With a gentle push, the gate swung inward, not with a creak, but with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh of old wood and shifting earth. Lyndon stepped through, and the gate closed behind him with an equally quiet, gentle click, sealing him within a profound stillness. It was a quiet akin to the world holding its breath, a silence so deep and pervasive that it seemed to settle upon his very skin, hushing the last lingering echoes of his journey. He felt, too, a subtle hum beneath his feet, a low, resonant vibration that seemed to emanate from the earth itself, a song of deep, patient rest. He stood in a small clearing, the ground beneath his feet covered in a carpet of cool silken moss so soft and yielding that his footsteps made no sound. Around him stood trees, unlike any he had ever seen. Their trunks were smooth and silvery, and their leaves, instead of a vibrant green, glowed with a soft internal light in hues of pale cream and faint peach. This light pulsed gently, synchronously, with a slow, hypnotic rhythm, like 1,000 tiny hearts beating in unison. The overall effect was one of profound tranquility, a visual lullaby. The air within this space was wonderfully soft against his skin, carrying the delicate, sweet scent he had noticed earlier, now stronger, more enveloping. It felt as if he had stepped into a gentle dream. He reached out a hand, almost instinctively, and touched a low-hanging leaf. Its surface was unexpectedly smooth and cool, a texture like polished silk. He felt the faint warmth of its inner light against his fingertips, a soft, welcoming warmth that flowed into him, settling the restlessness that had long resided within his joints. Above him, the boughs of the trees intertwined, forming a living canopy that diffused the outside world's light into a perpetual soft twilight. Here there were no sharp contrasts, no jarring shadows, only a gentle blending of light and shade, like a masterpiece painted with muted pastels. He felt the subtle weight of a deep peace settling upon his shoulders, a sensation of burdens gently lifting like mist dissolving in the soft morning sun. The silence was not empty, but filled with a gentle, barely audible hum of the glowing leaves. He noticed, nestled amongst the luminous leaves, the fruits. They hung like perfect pear-shaped jewels, each one glowing with its own inner light, ranging in color from a pale cream to a soft, rich amber. They were beautiful, but not in a dazzling way. Rather, their beauty was deeply comforting, like the quiet promise of a long, deep sleep. He felt no urge to pluck one, only to observe, to absorb their gentle, comforting presence. Lyndon found a naturally formed depression in the moss-covered ground, a perfect hollow that seemed to invite him to rest. He lowered himself onto the cool, silken carpet, feeling the gentle give of the moss beneath him. It cradled his body, taking his weight completely, as if the earth itself was holding him. He closed his eyes, listening to the soft, rhythmic hum of the trees, feeling the gentle pulse of the light even through his closed eyelids. And in that moment, he knew, with a quiet certainty, that he had found the place he had unknowingly been seeking his entire life, a haven where rest was not just possible, but inevitable. Chapter 2. The First Sweetness. When Lyndon opened his eyes, the light in the orchard had deepened to a richer, softer gold, and the air was thick with the gentle, sweet scent of unseen blossoms. He was not alone. A figure stood nearby, a presence as gentle and unhurried as the slow unfolding of a spring bud. This was Elara, the orchard's kind, elderly gardener. She seemed to have emerged from the very soft, diffused light of the trees themselves, her presence as natural and comforting as the whisper of the leaves. Her face was soft with the wisdom of many quiet years, and her eyes held the tranquil patience of someone who watches things grow with profound care. Elara offered Lyndon a small, knowing smile, a gesture that needed no words. In her hand, she held a single fruit, plucked from a low-hanging branch. It was a slumber fruit, its pear-like skin smooth and cool to the touch, glowing with a soft peach-like luminescence. The light from it pulsed with a faint, almost imperceptible rhythm, resonating with the quiet hum of the surrounding trees. She extended it gently towards Lyndon, a simple offering that spoke volumes of welcome and peace. He took it, feeling its gentle weight in his palm, the slight warmth of its inner light, a comforting presence against his skin. The fruit felt surprisingly soft beneath his fingers, almost yielding. He brought it to his nose, inhaling deeply. It carried the sweet, delicate fragrance of night-blooming jasmine, mingled with a faint, clean, earthy scent, a perfume that promised deep tranquility. With a soft breath, he took a gentle bite. There was no distinct flavor in the way one might expect from a common fruit. Instead, a deep, pervasive wave of peace washed through his entire being. It began as a gentle warmth in his chest, spreading outwards, dissolving the last vestiges of tension he might have held. His thoughts, which had been a busy murmur even in his state of rest, quieted completely, becoming like a smooth, still pool, reflecting the soft glow of the orchard. The subtle aches in his body, remnants of his journey, simply softened and faded, replaced by a feeling of profound ease and lightness. It was a sensation of pure, effortless tranquility, a calming that reached into the deepest, most hidden corners of his spirit. He felt a deep, slow breath fill his lungs, and as he exhaled, it was a sigh of utter, complete contentment. Elara sat down gracefully beside him on a nearby woven root bed, its cool, silken moss radiating a gentle warmth. She watched him with eyes that held no judgment, only a deep, serene understanding. There was no need for conversation, for questions about his journey or explanations of the fruit. The shared quiet, the gentle presence of the orchard, and the profound peace of the slumber fruit were more than enough. He felt cradled by the very essence of the place, supported by its patient, nurturing energy. Lyndon finished the fruit slowly, savoring each gentle wave of peace. Its skin was surprisingly thin, almost translucent, and as he finished, the soft light that had glowed within it seemed to recede, leaving only the faintest shimmer. He placed the cord gently on the moss beside him, a tiny dock seed nestled in the cool green. He felt a profound sense of gratitude, a quiet blossoming within his heart for this simple, unexpected gift of peace. He lay back on the woven root bed, feeling its gentle contours cradle his body. The moss was soft and yielding, and a subtle warmth emanated from the roots beneath, sinking into his limbs and encouraging a deeper release. Above him, the glowing leaves of the trees seemed to hum a soft lullaby, their gentle light flickering with a slow, mesmerizing rhythm. The air was thick with the sweet, tranquil perfume of the orchard, a scent that invited deep, dreamless rest. As the last tendrils of the fruit's magic settled within him, Lyndon felt his eyelids grow heavy, not with fatigue, but with a profound, welcoming sleepiness. He drifted not into unconsciousness, but into a state of effortless slumber, as soft and gentle as a feather landing on velvet. His breath deepened, slowing to match the orchard's own patient rhythm, and he felt utterly and completely at peace, carried away on a soft tide of ripening slumber. Chapter 3. Amidst the mellowing glow, days in the orchard of ripening. Slumber unfolded with a languid, unhurried grace, each moment blurring seamlessly into the next, like colors bleeding softly into a watercolor painting. Lyndon's weariness, once a subtle hum in the background of his life, faded entirely, dissolving like morning mist in the orchard's soft, perpetual twilight. He lived by the rhythms of light and scent, awakening gently to the subtle brightening of the glowing leaves and drifting into deep sleep as the slumber fruit deepened its amber glow. The soft, sweet perfume of unseen blossoms permeated every breath, a constant reminder of the profound tranquility that surrounded him. He learned the orchard's gentle ways by observation. He watched the slumber fruit mature, their inner glow deepening from a pale cream to a rich, warm amber, a process as slow and patient as the turning of a season. Each fruit, he noticed, emitted a unique, subtle hum, a sound so faint it was felt more than heard, a gentle vibration that resonated with his own calming breath. He would sit for long periods beneath the trees, simply absorbing the soft pulse of their light and the gentle, calming energy that emanated from every leaf and branch. Linden began to assist Delara with her quiet tasks, which were not chores, but rituals of deep reverence. He would help gather the fallen luminous leaves, their surfaces cool and silken to the touch, and arrange them in soft piles that glowed like miniature bonfires. He learned to tend the soil around the ancient trees, turning the dark earth gently with a small, smooth trowel, releasing the rich, comforting scent of damp, fertile ground. His movements became as unhurried and deliberate as Delara's, each action imbued with a sense of quiet purpose. They would often arrange smooth, cool stones into natural, meandering paths, their surfaces feeling like polished riverbeds beneath his bare feet. These stones, when warmed by the gentle, diffused light, seemed to absorb and radiate the orchard's serene energy, creating pathways that invited slow, meditative walks. The subtle click of a stone settling into its place was the loudest sound in the entire orchard, quickly absorbed by the pervasive stillness, leaving only the whisper of leaves and the gentle hum of the fruits. The air in the orchard was a constant sensory tapestry. The delicate, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine was omnipresent, woven through with the faint, earthy perfume of rich soil and the subtle, clean aroma of the drifting pollen light. When the pollen light drifted, it was like countless tiny glowing motes, each a miniature star, shimmering gently and settling on surfaces with a soft, ethereal luminescence. Linden would inhale deeply, feeling the lightness it brought to his lungs, a sensation of effortless breath that mirrored the deep ease in his spirit. One of his favorite activities was to sit by the hidden spring, its presence known more by its gentle murmur than by its visible flow. The water, clear and cool, tasted faintly sweet, like melted moonlight. He would dip his hands into it, feeling the smooth, cool embrace of the water, its touch imparting a subtle feeling of quiet freshness to his skin. The sound of its gentle murmur was a constant, soothing lullaby, a soft counterpoint to the deep quiet of the orchard. In the late, soft afternoons, he would seek out a woven root bed beneath a particularly ancient tree. Sinking into its cool, silken moss, he would feel the gentle warmth from the roots seep into his body, a profound grounding sensation that dissolved any lingering tension. He would lie there, feeling entirely supported, listening to the soft, gentle hum of the slumber fruits above, until he drifted into a profound and utterly peaceful sleep. Linden felt the boundaries between himself and the orchard soften, becoming almost imperceptible. He was no longer just a visitor. He was a part of its gentle living fabric, a leaf among the glowing canopy, a root within the nourishing earth. The rhythm of his own heart seemed to beat in harmony with the orchard's deep, pervasive calm. He was simply being, and in that simple state, he was more truly himself than he had ever been. Chapter 4. The Deepening Quiet. As Linden's days in the Orchard of Ripening Slumber unfolded, marked only by the gentle ripening of the fruits and the shifting patterns of the glowing light, his sleep deepened into a profound and uninterrupted rest. His dreams, once fleeting echoes of the day, transformed into soft, vibrant tapestries woven entirely from the orchard's tranquil energies. He would drift through fields of shimmering pollen light, feeling its weightless caress, or rest on clouds of cool silken moss, his spirit entirely unburdened. These were not dreams that held narratives or anxieties, but pure experiences of peace, enriching his waking hours with a lingering sense of serene wonder. His waking moments became exercises in quiet reflection. He would often sit beneath the boughs of a grand slumber fruit tree, simply observing the slow drift of the pollen light as it descended through the branches. Each mote was a tiny glowing speck, catching the soft, diffused illumination and dancing with an unhurried grace. This simple observation filled him with a deep sense of presence, anchoring him fully in the quiet beauty of the moment. He found that the constant, gentle hum of the ripe slumber fruit was now a comfortable background to his own thoughts, or rather, to the beautiful absence of them. The weight of the slumber fruits, heavy and pregnant with peace, was a constant, comforting presence. He would reach out and gently touch their smooth, cool skin, feeling the faint warmth of their inner light and the subtle vibration they emitted. It was a tangible connection to the orchard's magic, a reminder that deep peace was not only possible, but abundant. He noticed how the glow of the fruits softened and brightened with an imperceptible rhythm, much like a gentle sleeping breath. Conversations with Elara were sparse, woven into the fabric of shared quiet activities. Their words were always soft, often no more than a gentle murmur of appreciation for the orchard's quiet magic. They spoke of the changing hues of the ripening fruits, or the subtle variations in the scent of the night-blooming jasmine after a light, gentle rain. There was no need for explanations or elaborate dialogues. A shared look, a soft hum, or a gentle touch of a glowing leaf conveyed everything. Their companionship was a quiet, nurturing presence, a silent testament to profound understanding. Linden found himself drawn to the woven root beds, their cool silken moss, a constant invitation to physical ease. He would recline there, allowing the subtle warmth from the roots to seep into his body, loosening any forgotten stiffness, much like a slowly unraveling knot. The feeling was one of profound grounding, as if the earth itself was holding him in a gentle, unwavering embrace. He felt his breath deepen and lengthen, a natural response to the pervasive calm, until it seemed to match the slow, patient rhythm of the orchard itself. He took to tending a small patch of lumen blossoms, tiny bell-shaped flowers whose petals shimmered with an inner soft light that pulsed in delicate patterns. He would gently cup one in his hand, feeling its soft, almost velvety texture and the faint, warm thrum of its light. The light danced on his palm, casting soft, shifting patterns that mesmerized his gaze, a visual representation of the gentle magic that permeated every corner of this haven. The scent from these blossoms was a delicate, comforting perfume, like warm, spiced milk. Linden also discovered a small, hidden pool, its surface perfectly still, reflecting the soft glow of the canopy above. He would sit beside it, watching the mirrored light dance on the water's surface, feeling the cool, smooth stone beneath his hand. This quiet reflection became a profound meditation, allowing any lingering ripples of thought to settle and disappear, leaving only the pure, clear reflection of the peaceful orchard. In the tranquil heart of the Orchard of Ripening Slumber, Linden felt his own inner world mirroring the peace around him. The subtle weariness that had been his constant companion had utterly dissolved. He was simply present, a vessel of quiet contentment, perfectly in tune with the deep, soft hum of the orchard. Every moment was a gentle acceptance, a quiet gratitude for the simple beauty of this timeless, tranquil place where time itself had become a still, deep pool. Chapter 5. The Carry-Home Blossom. There came a time, measured not by the turning of days, but by a quiet knowing deep within Linden, when he felt a profound and lasting sense of restoration. It was a quiet fullness, a deep, settled calm that had taken root within him, as enduring as the ancient trees of the orchard. His spirit felt as light and clear as the morning dew gathered on a silken petal, cleansed and utterly refreshed. The deep, pervasive hum of the orchard's energy, once outside him, now resonated within his own chest, a gentle internal anchor of stillness he knew would remain. He sought out Ilara amidst the glowing trees, finding her gently polishing the smooth, cool skin of a newly ripened slumber fruit, its amber glow particularly vibrant. He spoke no words of departure, for none were needed. The serene keeper simply looked at him, her ancient eyes holding a warm, knowing light, and she nodded, her quiet understanding a gentle blessing. The parting was not an ending, but a continuation, a quiet acknowledgement of the peace that had been exchanged and now would be carried forth. Ilara then reached for a low branch and gently plucked a single unfurled blossom of the slumber fruit. Its petals were a delicate cream, pulsing with a soft, ethereal light, and they felt like cool silk against his palm. As she placed it there, she closed his fingers around it gently, her touch light yet imbued with profound meaning. This blossom, she conveyed silently, was a promise that the orchard's deep tranquility could always be rekindled, a quiet reminder of the peace he had found and now carried within. Its fragrance was a concentrated whisper of the orchard itself, sweet and utterly soothing. Linden walked slowly through the familiar groves, his footsteps making no sound on the soft, silken moss. He ran his hand one last time along the smooth, cool bark of an ancient tree, breathed in the pervasive, comforting scent of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth, and watched the soft, rhythmic pulse of the glowing leaves and fruits, a gentle, silent farewell to each cherished moment. He paused by the woven root bed where he had found his first deep rest, a place of profound comfort and transformation, and felt a wave of quiet gratitude wash over him, a thankfulness so deep and pure It had no need for words. He was not leaving the peace behind. He was now its quiet vessel. He stood before the low arching wooden gate, its gnarled wood still entwined with luminous vines. He placed his palm flat against its surface, just as he had upon his arrival, feeling the familiar low welcoming hum. With a gentle push, the gate swung open with its signature soft sigh of old wood and shifting earth. The light that greeted him was the soft, gentle gold of a late afternoon. It did not feel harsh or jarring, but simply like a different kind of quiet, a familiar embrace. The air outside was alive with the scent of warm grass and distant gentle rain, and the sound of a languid breeze rustling through the leaves of a nearby tree sounded like a soft, welcoming whisper. Stepping across the threshold, he turned as the gate closed behind him with its final peaceful tune, sealing the orchard's stillness once more. Yet the quiet did not leave him. It remained, a vast, tranquil space within his own mind, as profound and boundless as the orchard itself. The world outside seemed different, or perhaps he was the one who had changed. The colors of the wildflowers on the hills seemed softer, yet more vivid. The distant song of a thrush felt more intricate and lovely, imbued with deeper meaning. The feeling of the gentle breeze on his skin was a delicate, soothing caress. He held the single glowing blossom from Alara in his hand, its steady, gentle pulse, a tangible reminder of the peace he now carried. He no longer felt the subtle weariness of the traveler or the lingering restlessness of the seeker. He felt only a profound sense of being present, of belonging not to one place, but to the gentle, quiet beauty of the world itself, imbued with the deep stillness of the orchard. He had sought a destination and had instead found a new way of being, a quiet acceptance. Then he stood on the green hillside for a long moment, simply breathing. He drew in the warm, clean air, filling his lungs with the sweet, lingering scent of the slumber fruit blossom. And as he exhaled, it was a slow, soft sigh of pure contentment. He could still feel the cool dampness of the moss beneath his bare feet, still hear the gentle hum of the ripening fruit. These sensory memories were now woven into the fabric of his soul. With a soft, peaceful smile, Lyndon turned and began to walk, his steps unhurried, his path unplanned. He did not know where he was going, and for the first time in his life, that felt perfectly, wonderfully right. The story closes here, not with an end, but with a gentle continuation, leaving the listener adrift on that same soft tide of contentment, ready to be carried into a deep and profoundly restful sleep.